Hello everyone, I hope that you're doing great. Today is Sunday, June 25th, and I'm doing a live tarot card reading for the spiritual guidance message of today and for tomorrow, June 26th. So wherever you are in the world, then you may listen to this and receive the upliftment and the benefit wherever you are, whenever you listen to it. And it is intended with love and light and to be connected with our highest self for greatest joy and well-being. So I shuffled the deck, prayed over the cards, and we received 3 that slipped out. And we have with us today, we have the World, which is reversed. And we have the 3 of Swords, which is reversed. And we have the Devil. So this is a really fascinating arrangement for today because it really marks or represents and symbolizes the transition phase that we're going through, and it reflects the changes that are happening in our life at this point in time. So what this tells me is that we are reaching the culmination phase of deep and profound spiritual changes that have been falling into place in the past weeks, and specifically these last few days have been really powerful. And so with the world is reversed, and so the World card itself represents opportunities. It represents travel and being open to going out into the world, into the universe. And in its upright position, it would indicate to us that we are going to succeed in whatever endeavor and whatever journey we embark on, that it's going to be successful, that you will thrive, and that it will work out. And indeed, that is the energy and the essence of this card. So it is there. And that is the guidance that you're receiving, is that whatever you're now embarking on, whatever is this new chapter or this new phase, it means that it's going to work out just fine. However, you may not see the whole picture right now, or you may not know completely how it's going to fall into place, because the reverse position tells us that you actually have a few options. And there are a few things that are possible for you, and it could go one way or it could go another, because as we see the figure here, there are 4 corners, and it's almost like opening yourself up to the universe. So if you have the unique situation right now, which I think is an opportunity to go in different directions, then this is a great chance to ask yourself, what are my options and what is attractive about them? Why do I feel like they're salient? And also, what are the cons? Like, what is that which is unappealing? Because if you're still not sure and you're not aligned about your next step and your decision, or you're still feeling confused about whether you stay or you go, or if you go down to change your job, or you stay within your company, or you move locations, or you leave your partner, or you move on from your ex relationship, then there's still that, either way energy. So as you align on that front, then you can actually take the next step. And I have a feeling, I just know that it's just eventually going to come about. Regardless of whatever you're going through right now, it is going to generate a positive outcome. But you just don't need to know immediately. And this is natural. This is the natural place for you to be in right now, because your soul is evolving and your intentions are evolving. You as a person are transforming. So that's what this card is representing, is about personal transformation, and you're just going through the discomfort of shedding a layer of your past and releasing your baggage, and also moving forward into your next chapter. And then we have that followed by the 3 of Swords. So my feeling is that it's telling you that, for instance, if we still don't know our path because we are afraid of the potential consequences. We are afraid that our heart might get broken, or we'll be disappointed, or it's not going to work out, or it'll be the wrong choice, because we so want to make the right choice, and yet we don't know exactly 100% right now what is that choice. That's not the phase that we're in at this moment. We're not in the phase of, I know 100% and this is what I'm aligned with. Rather, we're still in this cultivation phase, and Spirit is inviting you, and your higher self is inviting you to connect with your essence, with your heart center, and to really identify, what am I afraid of? Am I afraid of being disappointed or frustrated? And have I already addressed these fears? Have I already tackled these fears, perhaps of leaving my home, separating from family, not having that dream fulfilled? Am I willing to walk away from it? Am I willing to let go of one thing to go for another, right? Because we think that I must make a choice between two, so I have to leave one. I won't have that, but I'll have the other thing. But then perhaps your mind is staying focused on that thing that you won't have. So the broken heart, or the upside down heart, is just asking you to check in with yourself and see, what are your fears, and perhaps checking subconsciously, what are your latent fears, like the subtle fears of just perhaps what's really at the root of what's holding you in place right now. And know that that too will lift. That cloud will lift. It's not going to be a permanent phase, but it is a natural, intrinsic factor and aspect of going through your personal transformation. And then finally, it's about the devil. So the devil represents a really fascinating energy, which is combined with fear, and it's combination of fear, attachments, addictions, perhaps addictions to a substance. And even for a lot of us, we know someone, or we have family members, or we ourselves struggle with being obsessed or addicted to a substance, or a way of life, or addiction to a person, such as we see in relationships when people break up and they're unable to move on. So are we addicted to something? Are we attached? Because as you see in the figure here, they have chains, and that's what keeps them attached and tied down. And it's attached to the entity of the devil, which it's not necessarily a person, it's the energy or the persona. It's what is the personification of the devil for you? Is it temptation? Is it what you would think is a weak will? Or, so that is my question to you, is what does the devil represent to you, and what are the fears? Again, what we just said in the Three of Hearts, which is your broken heart, which is really getting into the essence and the core of what would hurt you deep down in your spirit and soul. And then the devil is the mask, the things that we attach to in order to give us that fake security. Oh, hello, Sherry. Great. So it's great to have you with us. Thank you for joining. So this card is inviting you to consider, in what ways am I attached to, in what ways am I being complacent with the situation? Am I actually contributing to my addiction, right? It could be an addiction to comfort, because with the Three of Swords reversed, I feel like it's also asking us to step into some discomfort. And that is going to happen as soon as you decide to make personal, deep changes, as soon as you decide to change some intrinsic aspect of yourself, of your personality, things are going to feel uncomfortable, right? If you want to start meditating and you want to do it earlier before work, and means you have to wake up earlier in the day, you might feel in the beginning resistance and discomfort about your reduced sleep time. And so that's an example. Or if you go on a diet and you decide, okay, I'm committing myself to reducing my carbohydrates or what have you, your fat or your processed foods, then it's going to be uncomfortable in the beginning because your body is physically attached to that substance, or your body is attached to a person, or your mind is attached to an idea, like an idea of making a certain amount of money, or an idea of having a situation that has always been the status quo. But if you change that, it will feel really uncomfortable. So today's guidance is really inviting you to know that, first of all, you've already come to the end of a major spiritual phase. You've already culminated, and you're just ready to step forward, and you're just a few steps away from going into the next level. You're going to start again a new cycle of life. Like something brand new is going to happen, and you know what that is in terms of what you're working on in your life right now. In terms of the changes that are happening. Someone has left you, or something is leaving you, or you yourself are leaving a part of yourself that is no longer helpful and as powerful as you wish to be, because you see something better for yourself. And we just need to realize, ask ourselves, have I really let go? Have I really released myself from that thing, person, idea, situation, that memory? What does it say to you, right? Whatever comes to your mind first, that's what it is. And then the devil is reminding us to think about what are our attachments and our fears, and to be open to experiencing some discomfort, slight discomfort, although to be honest, the severity will vary depending on what you're going through in life. So it's not a matter of sugarcoating it, but you're going to be different people will be going through different experiences, and some may be dealing with loss of a loved one, or the separation, the end of a relationship, or it could be the termination of a phase of life and moving on to start a new one, like a new job in a new place with new people, and leaving your comfort zone. So consider what that is for you. And finally, I'm just going to shuffle the deck and see what are if there is one more message. Okay, so this is that's the card that Spirit, that I just received. So it's really appropriate because it ends up with the Eight of Cups. So literally, if you see the figure, he's moving away, he's moving on. So he's moving into the night. So whatever it is that we're going through, we really have to move on. Whatever that means, whether it is going back into a comfortable position of the job you used to have, or if it is actually going into a brand new, just a whole experience, leaving that person, the relationship, or making peace with the end of a phase of your life. Like if you feel that that you've entered a new age bracket and you have to make peace with your new age, your perceived idea of becoming older, what that means to you, we have to move on. We will move on, and that is just the natural evolution of things. So that's what the Eight of Cups is reminding you. But realize that the cups remain, right? The valuables, whatever the contents, the feelings remain, but you're walking away from those feelings. You're walking away from those emotional investments, because things only matter when you are emotionally invested in them. So I invite you to reassess where you have your emotional investments, and to make an inventory of the degree to which you are invested in yourself, and that you have your security in yourself, because that is the ultimately most important thing, is to have your greatest source of strength, of power, of belief, of strength and stability and confidence, security from within yourself. And then you may be the figure here walking away, but he is the protagonist. He's still the main character. And we are curious to see where he's going, right? We want to know what's going to happen with him. what comes in the Nine of Cups. And the Nine of Cups is a beautiful card. So that's it. You are the protagonist. You are the leading star in your life. And this is just a transition phase. You have a lot of options at your feet, at your disposal. The kinks are being worked out, and they're going to it's just going to fall away. Whatever you think is holding you back, it's just going to fall away. Trust me, it's just going to fall away. And it's just going to then be the natural next step. You're just going to know what to do. It's going to be obvious. And then you'll be on to the next question. So that is our guidance for today. So remember to anchor yourself in your being, in your heart and soul, because you are the leader of your life. You are the leading star. So we must give ourselves that strength and support, and to be the source of everything that you desire, because you have God inside of you. Okay? So I'm wishing you a really blessed day. This video is going to be posted on my Facebook wall, the tarot card reading and tarot card reading page. And tomorrow, Monday, June 26th, I will be doing a live tarot card reading open to the public. So come with your question at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. That's New York City time. Convert for your time zone. Again, this will be a live tarot card reading with me. I'll be taking your public questions, addressing as many as we can, and this is happening Monday, June 26th at 5 p.m. If you have any questions, or if you want to book a private reading with me before or after, then send me a message as well, and I'll respond to your query as soon as possible. Thanks for joining, and I'm wishing you a blessed continuation. Love and light. Namaste.